In the previous video, I showed you how to make a make a data flow code for AND gate. In this video, I shall show you how to make the behavioral model. So I must add another file here, and it's the same process actually. Oh, first make sure it's in the synthesis slash implementation, and now right click this and click on new source. Click on VHDL module and give the name. I'm going to name this and to behave. That's the behavioral model. Then click next. Again, A, B for input, C for output, direction would be out, and click next. Finish. Now it says architecture behavioral of and to behave is begin and behavioral. This is by default, is set by default, and it's correct actually. You did not change anything here, just you to write the code now. It's more or less like a function. It's like coding actually, actual C code. And the earlier one I just did A and B and it worked, but now you have to write the code manually yourself. So let's begin. What you have to do is you have to write process, then the inputs. My inputs are A and B, so process A comma B, then begin and end process. In between begin and end process, you have to write the process. A process is more or less like a function actually. A process is more or less like a function. And let's begin with the process. So what is the syntax? Process followed by the inputs, then begin, then end process, and in between begin and end process you have to write the code. So let's begin. You have to write if A equal to, now this single equal to is actually the equality operator. It checks, it's not assignment, it checks actually, it's equality operator. So if A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1, then what? Right, then C less than equal to 1. Well, I don't know if I'm making an error actually, if I'm committing an error. So we can understand that if we save this thing once, just save it once and click on this and to behave, and check syntax. Okay, line 46 is an error, unexpected process expecting if. Line 46 is an error. Okay, so actually what the error was, means what the reason for the error is, every if should have an end if. If you write an end if and check the syntax again, I think it will go away. And yep, it's gone now. So if is always followed by end if. So if and end if process also begin and end process. If and end if some condition is true, then what happens, that code, then end if. So if A is equal to 1 and B equal to 1, then C equal to 1, else C is 0. So for that else part, we have to write that else part before the end if. So else C less than equal to 0. Well, it's not less than equal to assignment, and it's always, every line is terminated by a semicolon except the begin. See, begin, it does not have a semicolon here, whereas every other line has a semicolon. So this is the syntax. It's pretty simple, more or less. So what's the crux of the matter? Begin and behavioral process a comma b as the inputs, then begin and end process. So if a equal to 1 and b equal to 1, then c is 1, else c is 0, end if. Case closed. Save this and click on check syntax. Let's see if there are any problems here. C is giving a green tick, means no problem. Then right click and click on new source, and again test bench waveform and file name. I'm going to give it and to behave wave. Okay, it asks us what's the source of it. My source would be and to behave, because I'm going to make the waveform file from this one and not this one, because it's a data flow one, this is the behavioral one. Click next, finish. Again same thing, combinational, finish. And again the same thing I explained in my previous video. So 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. Save this once and click on this and to behave. First on this behavioral simulation, then and to be a wave, the process thing, same thing actually. Click on simulate behavioral model. But first I think you should right click on this and to be a wave and click on this. What's it called? Set a stop module. This is disabled, I don't know why. Anyways, click on this and actually okay, click on this simulate behavioral model. If everything is fine, you should see the simulation. Yeah, you can see it here. Bring C to the bottom, then A is 0, B is 0, C is 0, A is 0, B is 1, C is 0, then A is 1, B is 0, C is 0, and I think something's missing actually. uh, Something's missing, I guess. Anyways, A is 1, B is 0, C is 0. Close this and let's give the 1 1 condition here. A is 1, B is 1. Save it, process, simulate this one, and here you go. The A is 1, B is 1 condition. A1, B1, then C1. Okay. Okay. This is it actually. This is the behavioral model. This is it. Rest is pretty simple. Rest is actually the same old thing as the previous video. Um, so once more, architecture behavioral of and of the name actually is then begin and behavioral process a comma b, begin and end process. If a is 1, b is 1, then c is 1, else c is 0. This is it actually. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do it, like, and do share it with your friends.